Hello, welcome to TechBeard's Tech Digest for February 20th. So, kicking things off with a massive claim in the energy sector. A new report highlights technology developed in the United States designed to turn nuclear waste directly into power. And the wildest part, the claim that the process cuts the radioactive life of the waste by 99.7%. We don't have all the deep reactor specs just from this headline, but tackling the nuclear waste life cycle is, while simultaneously generating energy, is a kind of engineering dual win that we would love to see. Um, so, in the comments, people talk about advanced nuclear tech versus the reality in the commercial deployments, and of course, labs versus historically have been overpromising various things. And this is generally a scary direction also to think about, because if you can reprocess nuclear waste, there's a lot of other things you can do. So nuclear non-proliferation is very important at industrial scales. So we'll see where this goes, but this has been top news yesterday. Next is big news in the open source AI world. So the team at Ggml.ai is officially joining Hugging Face. So if you have been following llama.cpp repository where this was announced, you know how crucial they have been to running models locally on standard hardware. So the stated goal here is to ensure long-term progress of local AI. And it's a huge strategic move, combining the powerhouse of Hugging Face ecosystem with the raw bare metal efficiency of Ggml architecture. So if you're running local llama and things like that, this is definitely interesting to see. Next up, folks at Thales have published a piece called "The Path to Ubiquitous AI," and the headline number is staggering: 17,000 tokens per second. So that kind of throughput completely changes what we consider real time for AI applications. The focus of the article is on the hardware and architecture paths that are required to actually hit those speeds and make AI truly ubiquitous across everyday systems. So this is not software, just so you understand. So they have hardwired their brain into the chip. So that's why it's so fast. So all of the speeds that we talked about this week with other vendors trying to speed up their output, and both Anthropic and OpenAI have been trying to go faster, which is very important for agents. This thing is in hardware, so of course you can't update it, but if this actually runs on the edge, that will be very interesting to see. This is something that NVIDIA is also trying to do with their edge hardware, but theirs is generic Blackwell, as generic as it can be. So next up, if you have ever dug into leaked government documents, maybe you didn't do it to improve your dev workflow. Well, the author of this blog post did exactly this, finding highly useful Git one-liner buried inside leaked developer docs from a spy agency. So according to the URL slug here, this specific command is built for cleaning up merged Git branches. So it always is fascinating to see how government engineers solve exact same annoying repository maintenance problems for the rest of us to deal with. Yeah, and some of the leaked documents recently have been made fun of. There's like a bash manual and leaked pirated movies in the other government documents. So this is interesting direction that people are taking. The pace of robotics development right now is accelerating insanely fast, and a new report highlights how China's humanoid robots have progressed from viral stumbles, running and whatnot, to executing literal kung fu flips in just one single year. So the here it mentions Unitree positioning this right in the middle of global AI and robotics race against competitors like Tesla. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this video. That's not what we're after. No videos. Oh well. So, going from struggling to walk to martial arts acrobatics in 12 months shows just how much physical control systems have advanced. Yeah, this is very interesting because again, talking about NVIDIA.
As a number of companies in the so-called magnificent
of humanoid robots by 2027. Designer Wang Xidong says the competition is key. We are refining our robots, he says. Everyone feels motivated to compete. As China attempts to rise up and win the worldwide humanoid robot race.
This is kind of hot space also with AI.
And Morgan Stanley says that it expects the Chinese government to push for a broader adoption.
There's a massive security finding hosted here on the Gist again. So the researchers discovered that Mumu Player, the Android emulator from NetEase, is silently running 17 different reconnaissance commands in the background. And it's not a one-off. It executes this sweep every 30 minutes. So this is some highly aggressive telemetry and fingerprinting, blurring the line between emulator and spyware. So if you're running this on your machine, you might want to check your process monitor. So, the comments, of course, talk about the hidden costs of this free software. But also, comments talk about this being actually standard anti-cheat behavior in gaming emulators. But this is a little excessive. On the AI architecture front, Together.ai has shared a post on consistency diffusion language models. So the performance claim here is huge. It's 14 times faster execution with absolutely no loss in output quality. This represents a major leap in optimizing diffusion models for language tasks, pushing past the traditional bottlenecks of sequential decoding and potentially reshaping how we serve large models in production. Yeah, speed has been the talk of speed and efficiency. This is a year of efficiency. Probably a pun somewhere here. For hardware hackers out there, someone has pushed the Raspberry Pi Pico 2 to absolute extremes. So here they document getting Pico 2 to clock in at 873.5 megahertz. So how did they do it? Let's see. Well, they describe 3.05 volt core abuse. So it's an incredible lesson in pushing silicon past its rated limits just to see what the hardware can actually survive. Oh yeah, there we go. Some ice. Thermal regulators. Oh, big block of copper. Okay. This is fun. I love those pictures here. Extreme overclocking to Raspberry Pi. So we all have a good reverse engineering story. A developer has successfully figured out how to read undocumented MEMS accelerometry buried inside Apple Silicon MacBooks. So hosted here in open source, the project uses IOKit framework to access sensor data. And it's a great reminder of how much hidden hardware capability sits inside modern laptops, just waiting for someone to build the right interface to unlock it. That's cool. So, yeah. So it has, so you can figure out the direction of your laptop. Not really new. Hard drives had this for as long as I remember, basic fault protection, but it's interesting to see the MacBook that has no moving parts actually still has this. It's pretty cool to see. I wonder what the practical use is. It reminds me of this hack that somebody did where they found the hardware in the MacBook to see how far it's open, so the angle of the screen, and made it so it sounds like a squeaky door. That was pretty funny. So combined with this, probably can come up with some games. Don't throw your laptops around, though. Okay. So wrapping up, Stripe has dropped part 2 of their engineering blog series on their internal AI coding agents. They call them minions. According to this article, they designed one-shot end-to-end coding agents. It's a rare look under the hood at how major fintech companies actually deploy autonomous developer workflows to write and ship code internally, moving beyond the hype into real-world systems engineering. Yeah, sometimes companies share those, but AI usage is ever shifting. So today it's agents with MCP. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow.